We're a 54-man unit, that's what we are. Get it done for each other.
And welcome into GVSU Football Weekly, presented by XFINITY. I'm Steve Lloyd-Jones. Grand Valley claimed a 17-3 win over Wayne State tonight for homecoming, and the Laker record now even at 3-3. You'll hear from head coach Matt Mitchell and some of the players, plus a special player profile on Joe Worth, the senior tight end, and a look behind the scenes at Laker great Bob Mitchell. It's all ahead here on GVSU Football Weekly as we get started now.
Cover on the city. Play.
Up front, O-line, D-line, physical. And get your focus where it's supposed to be. Ball security on offense. Hey, everybody get it done together. Okay, let's all get it done together. Let's get after it. Go!
And welcome back. Well, Grand Valley's defense completely throttled Wayne State's offense as the Lakers put together 14 points in the first half to lead them 14-0.
Martin is the running back, and they'll play fake here. The Lakers come with a blitz. Roscoe swallowed up at the goal line. Parling will throw, going for Potts. First down at the 35, out of a tackle to the 32. Robbins in the slot, Parling looking right, will throw. Now he goes across the middle. Catch by Williams, 15 and the 10, and dives down to the 8. Matt Williams, who can do a lot more than return kicks. Well, Potts one-on-one out here to the right. Parling a play fake. He's looking that way. Now back over the middle. The pass is caught. Moran, a touchdown. Touchdown, Lakers. Out of the gun, and he will hand it off. Ball's on the turf. It's loose, and the Lakers have the football. Grand Valley's Isaiah Dunning comes away with a fumble recovery. Two running backs, either side of the quarterback. Roscoe, he wants to throw in the backfield. He's swarmed, and they drop him for a big loss. Back to the 27. On the snap, they'll run the football. Spencer left side breaks out of there. He's at the 40, the 50, into Warrior territory and pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. On the snap, Heath will flip it out right flat. Spencer the catch up the right sideline to the 30. Now Parling will look left and throw, and the pass is caught. Miskell near the 10, then he dives inside to the 8. Here to the left is Potts. And they're going to throw it quickly, and its pass is caught near the goal line. The Lakers not in, but it's a grab by Williams onto the line, and they'll hand it off. Chris, right side, now tries to cut back, headed for the goal line. Touchdown! Roscoe out of the gun to throw, and he's sacked back at the 30-yard line. The third sack of the first half as the Lakers break free.
Coming up after the break, the Lakers will get the ball first to begin the second half. Second half highlights for you coming up here on GVSU Football Weekly.
about the past 7 months, Ellie's been running really high fevers, anywhere from 101 to 105. I really appreciated that when Ellie was going through a lot of her health problems that Dr. Duttler called me personally.
I think it's important for parents to know that we really care about these kids just as we would care for our own children. Access to health is really an important part of being a medical home in primary care. So we do allow our patients to make same-day appointments whenever possible. They can email me or they can call.
Ellie really likes going to see Dr. Duttler. The doctor.
The Lakers have a 14-0 lead as we start the second half. Grand Valley's going to get the ball first as they go against a very tough Warrior defense.
Maj Kataz will kick it off here. It's a good kick coming all the way back to about the 2-yard line. And Grand Valley makes some return yardage here. It's a pretty good return by Spencer to get back to the 20. Parling dropping back, facing pressure, throws late. Oh, it's a great pitch and catch out to the 40. And that's Jamie Potts.
You need to get the ball to him a little bit more.
That's a good throw and a great catch and good yardage after the catch. Well done, Joe Worth. The 260-pound senior. Well, Grand Valley is all over this as Griffin gets nailed for a loss of about 3 or 4. Matt Mosley and also 42 David Talley, the middle linebacker for Grand Valley. Grand Valley coming with pressure again. Quarterback kept it again and he goes nowhere but backwards again. Talley was coming through there. Martin is the lone setback. They're looking out into the flat for Martin. This is going to be a hit, a fumble, but Martin fumbled it twice. Who's got it? Grand Valley. Oh my goodness. What a crazy play. The quarterback fumbled it into open territory, got it back, picked it up, fumbled it again. He's not going to do it this time. I think he's looking to go to Robinson again. Oh, he drops back looking for Potts. They're going to heave it up for Jamie. Jump ball situation. Oh, what a catch. Flags all over, but Jamie Potts caught it anyway. That is magnificent.
Unbelievable catch.
Grand Valley trying to get to the end of the quarter here. Parling with a little bit of time, steps up and now gets some heat, spins out of it. Gets to the sideline and comes close to picking up the first down. Parling with time, stepping up. Got a man open, wide open. It's a first down. Keontre Miskell just got to hang on to the rock and does, all the way down to the 35-yard line. Some anxious coaches in the booth next to us. They might be targeting Jamie Potts. Well, he got tied up. They throw it in there. Tight window, and Potts again has done it. And Brandon Lee is just shaking his head because there was nothing there for Jamie Potts. It was indeed Roscoe and not Martin, the throwing quarterback, who's got a little bit of time now. Jacks this one down the field, and it's intercepted. Grand Valley's got the football, and it is, again, that young guy that we just talked about a moment ago, Trey Walton. Grand Valley emerges tonight with a win in this defensive ball game.
We've got a new feature for you here on GVSU Football Weekly. Kicker Marco Iderosa hosts Between the Uprights as we hear from him this week.
So if you could be any dog in the world, what kind of dog do you think that you would be?
It'd be a hot dog.
Hi, I'm Marco Iderosa, kicker for Grand Valley State University. Welcome to the brand new segment we've got going on at GV Football Weekly called Between the Uprights. I'm here with my first guest, Jamie Potts. Jamie, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, I guess we'll just get right into it. This is wide receiver / amateur python wrangler, Jamie Potts, as previously mentioned. First question, Jamie, I wanted to know. So you play football in the fall, you play baseball in the spring. Have you ever considered picking up maybe a third sport? Show the coaches that you're not lazy.
You know, I have. You know, two's not really enough for me, so I was thinking swimming would be a good alternative.
So I think what everybody in the audience wants to know is what's your best impression of a coach? Let's hear that.
Oh, I would have to go with Coach Postema, the defensive backs coach, because he always does this awful thing where he's, let's go DBs! DBs! Let's go DBs! That's
Wow.
him. That's him. That's
Wow.
to a T. Spot on.
That's phenomenal.
I hear that every day.
I don't hear it because I kick. I think another big part of football and baseball is we have these weird rituals, whether they're pregame stuff or playoff stuff. I know a lot of guys do playoff beards. Is there anything weird that you've done like that?
I have dyed my eyebrows and my beard black while leaving my hair blonde.
Do you have a favorite kicker on the football team?
You know, I would have to say it's probably Joel Skipper. you know.
Wow. Your best strike 3 call?
You know, I could do a best strike 3 call. I'll do that for you right here. I've umpired, I've punched out little kids before, and I had no shame in doing it.
Try not to eat that microphone.
All right, here we go. All right, we're getting behind.
Yep.
Strike 3.
Wow.
And then you walk away. Then you just walk away.
Just run away so the parents don't talk to you.
That's all you do.
Wow, fantastic. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank my guest, Jamie Potts, wide receiver / amateur python wrangler, for joining me here on the very first segment of Between the Uprights. I'm Mark Idarosa.
Kind of weird.
Ow.
Gotta go!
I'd like to welcome you to our basement. I would like to read a brief statement. We, the Hubacher family, are pleased to announce today that we've acquired the following players: Buster Posey, Mike Trout, Yadier Molina, Bryce Harper, Derek Jeter, and Miguel Cabrera. We believe that this demonstrates, once again, our family's unwavering commitment to assemble the very best team in this neighborhood.
Mr. Hubacher, you've really upped the ante here. How do you expect the other families in the neighborhood to respond?
Well, the Harris family's gonna be none too pleased.
Word is the Harrises are putting together quite a team of their own. Any concerns?
Under Cliff Harris's mismanagement, they already used up all their wall space with a bunch of paintings. I mean, really, come on.
Dad.
I know.
All right, next question.
Start building your own dream team at fathead.com.
If you sign up for DirecTV's latest deal, prepare to be blindsided. Because they'll double your rate before you know it. And you'll find you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you over $3,000. That's why the smart choice is Xfinity. You can see all the best action in football all season long, with no surprises. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
And the ball snapped. 7 seconds. Physically exhaust yourself for 7 seconds in snap.
And welcome back. I'm Steve Lloyd Jones. Well, Grand Valley's now 3-3 overall, having won 3 straight. A 17-3 win over Wayne State. As we get the reaction now from head coach Matt Mitchell.
What was the thought process going into tonight?
Yeah, well, we knew it was going to be a physical game. They're physical defense, physical offensive line. They're just a very physical football team. And, we knew that they're going to bring a lot of pressure against our offense. And sometimes it can be feast or famine. And so from a defensive staff standpoint, we knew we were going to have to come up with a strong performance because they're just more athletic and brought more pressure than we'd seen the past couple of weeks, putting up those points. But you got to be proud of our defense to obviously only give up 3 points. That's hard to do.
Early on, kind of going back and forth with some defensive game. You guys get a short field, go 48 yards in 6 plays with a nice play-action pass to Joey Warner over the middle. Had to feel good to get that lead.
Yeah, it was big. Obviously we went out and got 3 and out on defense after the kickoff coverage, and they didn't really do much offensively and kind of traded a little bit. But our offense kind of got going. I think Heath was really good on 3rd downs. I think he did a really good job. We protected him, decent on 3rd down, and he was able to, pitch and catch a little bit against some pressure. We were disappointed heading into halftime that we had not been able to run the ball very well, at all. And so we talked about, keep trying to pound away and keep doing it. But really in the first half, didn't get much going. And most of the stuff that we got on those 2 touchdown drives was in the air.
Preparation this week was tough because they have a passing and a running quarterback. They moved the ball down with Griffin in the second quarter. You guys get the turnover. Was that, how tough is it to prepare for that?
Well, it was difficult. In that particular series, we just had, horrendous kickoff coverage. Their guy who's he's extremely fast. Val Showers, number 7, he returns the thing, I think, to the 50 or the 40 or something like that. And then they bring that guy in. It was actually kind of a new personnel grouping. They went 3 tight ends, which we had not seen a ton, and we were scrambling. I had to call a timeout one time because I knew we were completely misaligned. So we were kind of scrambling to make a play, and then we called a pressure, and I think we knifed in there and got enough guys in the backfield that we kind of knocked the ball loose, and that was a huge turnover because it very easily – that could have, led to a touchdown there, the way they were kind of moving, and would have been 14-7 at halftime. So just a massive play by our defense at that point in time against a quarterback who was running the ball very effective.
Defensive line was able to get a lot of pressure when they did go to the passing game from the front 4, and they 3 sacks on the day. Had to be pleased with their pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell early on that that we were getting a lot of push. That play action pass, we got a sack, and just a lot of guys in his face, and so it felt early on like we were going to have some success. They had a couple of linemen go down. Their center went down, and I think their right tackle went down. And so, when they're kind of dealing with some backups, and so that's the strength of this team, has been the strength of this team. We kept just getting after it, and so they kind of resorted to, on 3rd down and longs, just running the ball, and doing some things. And I think when you see teams start to do that, that's a credit to, our defense, our defensive line, because they know they're going to have a hard time completing passes.
You knew this was going to be a physical game, and you guys toughed it out, grinded it out. Is that the approach of this team?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the locker room, I talked about the fact that we had a 2-score lead, and we had a 2-score lead against ODU, and we didn't close the game out, So I just told the defense, it's on you. No offense, offense, but defense, if we keep the shutout on the board, then we're going to win this game, and I'll put it on you. And I said, offense, if you want to help this team out, try to extend this thing to a 3-score game. That's how you can help us out. So we put pressure on our defense, and knew that was the next step we had to take.
You got to feel good just with the overall mentality and the grind it out and the work ethic of this team just to get back to 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, we got some guys, we got some guys that are out, and we just got a lot of guys stepping up and playing. And I think it speaks to the character, the type of guys that we recruit into this program. We don't. There've been a lot of guys come to a place like Grand Valley and 0-3 and not off to the start you wanted. That could have hung their heads, but our guys kept plugging away, kept fighting. And so I think the fact that we've been able to win the last 3, and again, the level of competition is not maybe what it was for the first 3. I get that, but at the same time, our guys just keep showing up to work and keep fighting. I think, like I said, that speaks to the type of people that we have in this locker room. And we got a tough test next week, but they'll show up to work on Tuesday, and they'll be ready to go.
He's been a key part of the Laker offensive line and receiving core. Tight end Joe Worth has been an integral part of the Laker offense. We'll talk about him coming up next in our player profile.
This silver dollar has been in our family for generations. I had it with me the night I won the heart of your grandmother. Wait, that was Chrissy Redford. Don't tell Nana. It even saved my life from a nail gun in the great construction riots. And now I want you to... Never mind.
No dollar is safe. The new Dollar Cravings Menu. 11 craveable creations, each for $1.
You learn something every single day at Grand Valley State University about who you are and who you can become, about where you've been and where you're going, about your goals and how to accomplish them. At the end of the day, you know what you want from life. Find it within yourself. Find it within Grand Valley State University.
For about the past 7 months, Ellie's been running really high fevers, anywhere from 101 to 105. I really appreciated that when Ellie was going through a lot of her health problems that Dr. Duttler called me personally.
I think it's important for parents to know that we really care about these kids just as we would care for our own children. Access to health is really an important part of being a medical home in primary care. So we do allow our patients to make same-day appointments whenever possible. They can email me or they can call.
Ellie really likes going to see Dr. Duttler. the doctor.
And welcome back to GVSU Football Weekly. I'm Steve Lloyd Jones. Well, Joe Worth was primarily a blocker his first 2 years here at Grand Valley, but now he's become a very good receiving tight end as we take a look in this week's player profile.
Transferring in here and trying to pick up the offense in the summer right before my redshirt freshman season, and it's like a blink of an eye. It goes by fast. I tell the young guys all the time, take every practice 100% and work hard, because you never know when your last play is or how fast it's going to go by. Team camaraderie. At first, I was the transfer guy. Everyone was looking at me. Didn't really know what was going to happen with me. Offense and everything. So my relationships with everybody has grown. I love everybody on this team. It's an amazing atmosphere, and I'm glad I got to get to know these guys. I would say, last year's run, that was pretty exciting. Got to the semifinals. You obviously want to win it all, but that run definitely was valuable for experience for us and even the younger guys that got into some of those games. Football-wise, take advantage of opportunities. You never know when you're going to be called upon, but when you are, you should be ready, and things will work out if you make those plays. I'm real good buddies with Jim Walsh and Revan Berg on the offensive line, and we always say friendship. We never pass up opportunities to hang out, even if it costs a little money, going to the movies or going out to eat, O-line dinners. Can't put a price on it, and I'll take those guys the rest of my life. Being hardworking, fighting through adversity, no matter what in life, no matter what you're doing, you're going to hit some hard points, and you got to keep your head up, stay strong, and fight through it, and things will work itself out.
He was one of the best tight ends to ever play for Grand Valley. Bob Mitchell was a great blocker and an excellent receiver too, and he's the subject of this week's special feature.
It's been an amazing honor. It's a humbling experience. There's been so many great athletes that come through Grand Valley, and I feel truly blessed and humbled to be a part of the Hall of Fame. Last night was an amazing night, having my family and my friends and everybody there and getting the induction. It's funny, back in when I played it, we were a run offense for the most part. We run a pro set, and we ran the ball a lot. We had the best running back ever to come through Grand Valley with Eric Lynch, who went on to play for the Detroit Lions. But I had a phenomenal quarterback, Jack Hull, who I was able to catch passes from my whole career, and an incredible offensive line. And I said it last night, this is the ultimate team sport. You look at not only the offensive line and the quarterback, but also the defense has to be good to get you the ball back, to be able to have more opportunities to catch the football, and to be able to catch as many passes as I did back from '87 to '91. When you look at the offense that we ran, that was mostly a running offense, to today's offenses, which is so much of a passing game, and still be the career leader in receptions for tight ends, really shows a testament to my teammates. I think football is special in that you only have 11 games. It's not like basketball or a lot of these other sports where you have so many different games. And so when you have that opportunity to play 11 games and every day run out onto that field on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, and then to be able to score a touchdown, it is the most unbelievable feeling in the world.
Hey John, check it out.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was testing to see if we really can turn any device in your house into a TV, and the tablet worked just fine, but I wanted to see if the phone would work as well. So I shrunk Sharon.
Every channel's live just like on TV, but it's my phone.
It's genius.
Shh. I'm watching TV.
Tiny Sharon's mean.
I'm right here.
Watch any channel live on any device around your home. The X1 Entertainment Operating System, only from Xfinity.
Feels good to get a win, no matter what your record is, no matter who you're playing. So we'll take it, move on, get better tomorrow in film, and then get ready to go up north against an undefeated team. So we're looking forward to that challenge.
The goal was stop the run. Pass wasn't even a primary. We had to stop the run and get them to pass, get them where we wanted, which is to pass, and we was comfortable where we were at.
Yeah, we had a separate nickel package I wasn't in. We had Talley and Horland running those blitzes, and they ran them really well. I think they got home a couple times. Then we had our defensive line get home a lot. So I don't know how many sacks there were. I think there was, 4 or 5. So they did a great job.
Just got to keep working every day, go back to work and get better. So, big game up at Tech next week. So we got to get ready for that and come out ready to play.
And for today's Laker Lightning Round, we have senior running back Chris Robinson from Ovid Elsie. Chris, you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, series of questions here. We want your best 1 or 2 word answers. You ready?
Yep.
Player on the team most like you?
Hershey Jackson.
The first car you ever drove?
1994 Monte Carlo.
Do you have a celebrity crush, and if so, who is it?
Yes, Eva Mendes.
Your favorite breakfast meal?
Omelet.
Do you get up early or sleep in?
Sleep in.
Who has the best nickname on the team, and what is it?
Matt Mosley, Bum Bump.
One thing you always hear from Coach Mitchell during practice?
Shockingly bad.
The funniest thing that has happened during practice this year?
I'm not sure.
Skip. Hardest hitter on the team?
Deontay Hurst.
The best singer on the team?
Matt Judon.
Who thinks they're the funniest player?
Kirk Spencer.
Best dancer on the team?
Matt Judon.
The best dresser?
Ooh, Joe Worth.
Who would be the worst dresser?
Me.
Favorite TV show?
Sons of Anarchy.
Favorite movie?
Ooh, Friday Night Lights.
Favorite thing to do outside football?
Hang out with the boys.
And the best thing about playing football at Grand Valley State?
It's family.
And that is today's Laker Lightning Round with Chris Robinson.
Well, as we wind things down for this week, Grand Valley celebrating a big homecoming win over Wayne State, 17-3 the final score. The Lakers are back on the road next week. They go to the UP and take on undefeated Michigan Tech. We'll bring you highlights and reaction from that as well. It's all ahead next week on GVSU Football Weekly. Have a great week, everybody.
I'd like to welcome you to our basement. I'd like to read a brief statement. We, the Hubacher family, are pleased to announce today that we've acquired the following players: Buster Posey, Mike Trout, Yadier Molina, Bryce Harper, Derek Jeter, and Miguel Cabrera. We believe that this demonstrates, once again, our family's unwavering commitment to assemble the very best team in this neighborhood.
Mr. Hubacher, you've really upped the ante here. How do you expect the other families in the neighborhood to respond?
Well, the Harris family's gonna be none too pleased.
Word is the Harrises are putting together quite a team of their own. Any concerns?
Under Cliff Harris's mismanagement, they already used up all their wall space with a bunch of paintings. I mean, really, come on.
Dad.
I know.
All right, next question.
Start building your own dream team at fathead.com.
This silver dollar has been in our family for generations. I had it with me the night I won the heart of your grandmother. Wait, that was Chrissy Redfern. Don't tell Nana. It even saved my life from a nail gun in the great construction riots. And now, I want you to... Never mind.
No dollar is safe. The new Dollar Cravings Menu. 11 craveable creations, each for $1.